Hey everybody, I'm Keith.
I'm Kylian.
And we are Pokè Stars. And welcome to my cards and this old Pokè house. And today, I figured we went to IKEA yesterday and purchased some decorations. When I say decorations, I shouldn't say that. I should say more like television console and units to go into Kylian's room because we're putting his room together. And we got the FJÄLLBO, and if I'm not pronouncing that right, someone please phonetically put that in the comments, but that's what I'm, FJÄLLBO. TV entertainment bottom, and then we got over here the shelf, which is a 2-story shelf, and we got a 3-story shelf over here. We're gonna put these bad boys together and have fun while we're doing it, and who knows how long it's gonna take, but we're gonna do a live doing it. So with that said, we're gonna be back and forth with everything and maybe see how long it takes overall. So, and someone's got the allergies. Definitely not the old COVID-19 or King virus, as we call it. So, we're gonna get up and finish taking the rest of the pieces out. I already took the front shelf out, each of the front doors of this, and one of the rails. And when I decided, hey, I should probably do a video on this. So I just literally minutes ago started unboxing this box, okay? And Kylian, who's gonna be playing his dino game too, for who knows, and he'll be helping do some of it. So we're gonna get started there.
No, I'm not. No, I'm sitting in your lap.
Sitting in my lap?
Yes.
Well, I can't put it together if you sit in my lap. Oh, that's what. You think better of it now, eh? Okay. So we're gonna get all the pieces separated. And then we got 2 of the wood. Okay, so here's the wood panels for the top part and the bottom shelf of it, and the other 4 wooden bits that we'll need. So I'm gonna put those in there, and I'm gonna shift the camera and everything here, so you're gonna see everything kind of dim for a moment. Unplug as we shift everything around, because we're going to be building it against this far wall over yonder. Just getting everything plugged back in. The light on. And then select appropriate lighting. May have to bring that forward a little bit. Right there, so everybody, we just need to put it in. Oh, so put it in a way that everybody can see it. I apologize. For those of you who just want to get to it and fast forward, please feel free to do so. Yeah. So you might actually have to, maybe if we wanted an angle up here. Oh yeah. Get a good angle of it here. So this area of the wall is where we're going to put everything. I'll just plug phone. So be walking back and forth on this spot. So, ta-da, this is the area we're going to work on. So we'll see what the instructions call for first. As soon as I remember where I put the instructions. Ha ha. Well, what did Daddy do with the instructions? Oh, I stuck them over here when I was plugging everything in. So, let's see here. All right, warning, serious or fatal crushing injuries can occur from furniture tip over. To prevent tip over, this furniture must be used with the wall attachment devices provided. Screws and plugs for the wall are not included. Use screws and plugs suitable for your walls. If you are uncertain, seek professional advice and follow each step of the instruction carefully. Well, we'll see how well that goes. And it comes in multiple languages. Anybody familiar with IKEA? Let's see here. It says we're only going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. Some people say plus, but it's Phillips head. And it looks like, I'm not quite sure what that symbol means, but I'm going to say like a pick. It's definitely not, I'm going to say like a pick, almost like an ice pick, like a metal pick. It's usually, if you have a multi-tool set, you have a pick. And what appears to be some kind of hinging device. We'll see when we look at the tools. So it says, should not build alone.
Well, you are.
Kylian's going to help a little. 2 people. So that technically it's like 1.25. Should assemble on a rug. I'm going to assemble on the hardwood floor. It says if you don't understand the instructions, at least that's what I'm taking it as. Phone IKEA. Because again, they don't use any languages, it's photos. And I have a college degree and I feel like I'm fairly intelligent. And some people might question that. I question it sometimes myself. But I would think that, and I'm technically inclined, so I would imagine I would hopefully not struggle, but we'll see. I've struggled more than once on a piece of furniture. So these are all the tool pieces we're supposed to have. It shows a picture here about anchoring against the wall when it's completed. Well, there's a hinge there, so I'm not sure what that other piece is. So all the pieces supposed to come with. So step 1 is we're going to need what appears to be the end cap and the back rail. So I shall go retrieve those pieces.
I shall go Bienvenidos. 1, 2,
2 identical end pieces and end caps and 2 identical rails. So you can't go wrong which one you end up grabbing. So it says to lay this one the right side down, this part with the tab facing up, and it's supposed to go in, slide in head first. Or does it slide in the oh. So it actually slides into the hole. Okay. All right. Slide in the hole. Make sure there's 2 holes facing out. 2 holes facing out. So it is laying correctly. Now it says we need to take a screw, number 107616, and screw up the bottom to use as a tension screw. So it came with 2 bags of hardware. We're going to...
Not worried about the sound.
Do you not worry about your sound? And just so everybody knows, if you do leave a comment, I'll have to bring it. Kylian, if you go grab the iPad, the red iPad, so I can bring it down here, so in case someone's got comments. Let's see, it says screw 107616. The bag's labeled. Well, there's a bag of screws that is not labeled. There's another bag of screws that is not labeled, other than being labeled in another language, which is, these are screws with cord holders. Okay, so stick that there just in case anybody has the checks that they may want. We only got 2 screws, so they want. Okay, so the smaller screws are pointed in. The other screws got a flat end, so you can't go wrong, I guess. So we're going to need a flathead, and we're going to hand screw it. We're not going to use a screwdriver power tool because you don't want to strip the screws. We may use that necessarily for another portion that might need it. So 1 screw goes here. See how well that goes in? Goes in fairly well. Probably could have used in this location. I don't know if you can see it very well, but the length of a standard screwdriver here is too long to go straight in. So it's at an angle here. So I may need to go get, for this, one of those little chubby nubs, Phillips head screwdrivers, which would have worked better. However, I'm able to turn the head, so you don't necessarily have to have that. Probably would be a little bit more convenient than going in at this angle here. All right, so.
Hello.
Screwed in with some tension. So that's that first part. That's step 2 out of 28 steps.
Can I have the charger?
Mommy has a charger, so you'll need to go get it from her, honey. And then we have step 3 is, oh wow, look at that. So we're gonna get the bottom shelf now. Is step 3. Bottom shelf. And I think I hear Kylian using the bathroom in there, silly goose. And then I was going to plug in this phone. I got another light here to help with some lighting. You feel better? Seriously, no? Okay. So, yeah, IKEA had a sale going on yesterday. Or over the last week, and we wanted to go in, and we've been considering getting Kylian some items for his room to finish making this look. So we'll get the bottom shelf now. Let's see. It is flat on one side and graded on the other side with the bars, so I'm assuming that's the bottom, but I don't want to assume, so we're going to double check the instructions. Also, just so you know, this entertainment system is item number 903.392.90, and again, I'm probably mispronouncing it, called the FJÄLLBO. So that is correct. So the bottom with the sticker is the bottom. So it's going to slide in. These pegs will slide into the hole, so that makes it pretty simple. Now, and just a couple screws. Here. So 2 tension screws, 1 on each side. I had the iPad was a little loud, and I didn't want to make sure it wasn't getting feedback. So.
Yes.
So far, so good. Pretty simple. Anybody with a basic understanding of how a Phillips head screwdriver and a Phillips screw and I guess something sharp to open the box could put this together, and if you're physically capable, or you might need somebody. So that was, so we just put that on and put the screws in. So that's step 3 and 4 out of 28. Step 5 is the front crossbar, which I can see why you need a second person, because you're going to slide it in, screw that, and then there's not going to be any tension down here to hold this. So I can see where if you're just doing it yourself here, if you're just doing it yourself, now this is with the tabs facing in, because that's where the shelf is going to lay on that. But I can see where, if you're doing this yourself and you slide that in, the weight because it's only on the hinge point down here, is going to bend. So you're going to want to have something to set. And Kylian, I'm going to borrow your poof here, buddy. Or if you don't have anything handy, just use the packing material, you know, that it came with to kind of set it down and just use it as a support. So just being a little some ingenuity there, and just lay that there so it just doesn't, that bar isn't laying all the way down. So we're going to screw that in now, which is step 6. And again, so the screwdriver is longer than the space that it allows, so I would suggest getting a short, chubby Phillips head, which I have one in my go bag. I got the poker in here, which I just keep in there. Very rarely have to use that as a tool. Oh, I do have the Phillips head version of the chubby, but do, you know. I am going to go grab, or go have a smaller Phillips, shorter Phillips head. That may come in handy. And I do not. So, I got several Phillips heads. One's about the same length. I'm going to go grab that. So, as with any project, you never know when you're going to have to do like 2 or 3 trips to the store, but I didn't know, it didn't specify what size screwdriver would have been best. So I'm telling you now, have a nice short, chubby screwdriver is going to come in handy here. Again, I'd avoid using a power tool just because you don't necessarily know how bad the torque's going to be. Some people probably may not care. However, you know, you spend, you know, your hard-earned money on these things. You don't want to mess them up. I know I don't. So, Phillips head screwdriver. And get you a nice short chubby screwdriver. This one's a little bit longer than the chubby, but it's still, the reason why it's a little bit longer is because it's got the different heads in the base of the chub down here, so you can have different screwdrivers. So this one would actually be what you would want, perfect for this if this just one tool. But I'm curious what this other tool is. So let's see what's next. So that was step 6. We're on to step 7, which says 2 people, however, to put the other end cap on. However, if you're just one person and you're using the, and it shows a picture here of 2 people, but if you're using something to balance this on, something a little bit sturdy to keep it from moving. Laffy's upstairs.
I know. Mommy said that.
And then we're going to put the other side on now. And I'm going to lean that against my leg, move these pieces out. And I am going to slide in the top part first. Followed by, that's why. Settle down. Kylian, come here. I'm going to use you, my .25. Kylian, come here. Set your iPad down. Hold this in here. And hold this piece right here. Position these. Here. Hold this end. Thank you. All right, you can go back to hanging out in there for a minute.
No.
And now we're going to put 4 screws in.
I want to sit here. Papa, where's the big buddy? Not here.
So I'm going to put the screws into the bottom. Ooh. I'm just used to using a longer screwdriver, which is what I'm going to use for the bottom one, just because it's more natural to me.
Oh no! Oh no!
And then do the bottom, bottom rear. Of course, that's like a bottom rear. That's an awful lot of rear ends right there. So that's firm. Then the chub, Phillips head. There's probably a technical term, that's what I've always called it. And we're going to do the middle bottom. Oh, that makes it so much better having a straight angle. Tilt that a little bit, actually. actually going to sit this up for this last part right here. Put the screw in. Which didn't say stand up, it just says put those screws in, but for me, at that angle was better. And then, oh, gotta put it back down. So go easy if you're not using a hard carpet floor. There's a corner brackets, this other bag that it's calling for now, using the same screws. There's also all brackets in here, different brackets. So these L corner brackets, come up here so you guys can see them. This is what goes in next for the supports. There's two of them. And these are going to go in the, okay, not necessarily the corner, but they're going to go see that. So you only were supposed to do the two bottom ones because I didn't look at the instructions carefully, the pictures that it gave, because the bracket, this screw here that I just screwed in, is going to be one of the screws that goes into the bracket. So it's going to go, the bracket is going to go in. There's a right and left bracket. This bracket's going to go in like this. Is that right? Actually, I think it. Right and left, but they're face down, like this. Okay. So it's a support piece, and it also serves as a decorative function at the corner. Here, kind of makes it a little softer and rounder. What's up, buddy?
Why? How long has it been?
Oh, it's probably been a few, 33 minutes. And then it says do the other side. So, come down here. Screws. And then, yep, that's how it go on. Who's older? I am definitely older.
By 44 years.
Yeah. Thanks for putting that out there, buddy. That was a little tough, so.
He has a sock.
You had a sock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a sock, Daddy. Don't you know?
Loosen that up a little bit.
Yes, Daddy.
Move it over.
Yes. Daddy, this is the sock he had.
Oh. There we go. Now they're both doing better. Just had to adjust the bracket a little bit with the first screw that went in. So what's next? What's next here? We got, that was step 9. So, let's see here. Here. Working on it. Gotta get up. Here and whoa! Gotta mess that up here. So, what are we doing here? Oh, I know what to do. There we go. Do I see everything okay? All right. Here. Let me see this real quick.
Why, Daddy?
Hey, come here. I ended up switching shirt. I was just getting way too hot. So, next step, we were on number 9, is step 10. Hang on a bit. Some air in here. It is put a screw and support pin through the top. Okay. So, those pieces are here. Do ×2. Okay. So what we're going to do here is put these support pins in, and what it's going to do is it's going to go in to this little top hat here and screw in. And that's what's going to support that bracket on the bottom. But it says, and it says a little X mark here, that we do not want to tighten it all the way. We want to leave it a little bit loose. So that's what we will do. All right. Oh, so it says use. Oh, and it's got a picture of 2 screwdrivers on each end, one going from the top and one going from the bottom, and you're turning in the opposite direction. So it didn't even tell you that you needed 2 screwdrivers at the beginning. So I'll just kind of hold that by tension. Yeah, hon. So it shows that the top part is this part's sticking up. So it needs to be a little bit loose each way. So we'll see how this does. Yeah, I'll bring it down in just a second. I don't see how you're supposed to leave it loose at all. Hold it with one hand. And I'll be back because Kylian left his battery pack up here, and I'm going to run down there and take it to him. So that was one time. We got to put it in a second time here. You do that on each side. And then step 11, which I'm going to go back and do step 10 over there, but I'm going to do the other step 11 since I'm already on this side with these foot pegs. So these little foot pegs go in the bottom of each one of the 4 ends of the TV unit, and they're screwable, so that means they can go up and down and you can adjust the size. So I guess if you got a really uneven floor, you can make it, it helps to make it even, so that's pretty smart. I'm just going to put it all the way down right now. So we come down here, top hat, screw, and a foot peg, 2 times 2. Other here, using the screwdrivers. One screw that always goes out of the way. So we're going to drop both those top hats in. I'm going to hold this bottom screw in. A little tension there just to get it started so they stay up. I mean, I guess you could get it started with your fingers too. And then finish it. 2 screwdrivers. I mean, I guess you don't need a second screwdriver, it just shows you 2. I would recommend 2 because it holds it still better than with your, just the pressure of your fingers. And I'm tightening it all the way down. Because it doesn't really specify, it's a little ambiguous. So, foot peg, foot peg, and step 12. Still laying on its back, we need to get, all right, there are 4 cross beams, short vertical beams, not cross beams. But only one of them has a set of 2 holes. So we need the one of these 4 cross beams that has set of 2 holes. We need one that's not like the others. These 2 are the same, and these 2 are the same. But on the back, that one's different. Bingo. So that has the round for the peg to go in, so that's the bottom. That's open end square. That's for the top. So it says here, this one goes second to the right. and there's a little hole in the back of that one that it faces. It shows it. So that's how it goes on. And there's two holes here that match those two holes. Okay. So now we need to find this long screw that it has, which they have these longer black screws. So grab those. Grab one, grab that one, and screw that one in. Again, you don't want to over tighten it. So that's step 12. Step 13 is, okay, so now it goes back and shows canceling 2 out, which those 2 look like the 2 that's canceled out. So that they use the obvious blank one. Hole in the back. So this goes to the other one that goes in the middle. There. Second to the left. One singular screw. Start through. Snug, but don't over tighten. Number 14. Now, what is it saying to do? Flip it over. Oh no, 180. So flip it over, but not like flip it on top. Carefully. Again, I can see why they want you to do this on the carpet. And then flip it facing you as such. And then the 2 remaining posts. So that's the opposite. So these will go. Is that facing out? It's facing out. Take my shoes off. I just wear my socks. Goes like that. And one singular screw. We'll see how that goes. There's 2 shelving units besides the main TV unit. This is the TV unit. Again, for those of us who are just joining from IKEA. And then we have someone named Maximum. Said hi, say hello. I say hello. It looks like you may have already left. Then screw this one in. So that's step 14. Step 15. put the foot pegs in. The side we just flipped over. Foot peg. Foot peg. Foot peg. I have to lean it up just a smidge. This one, just this. All right. Lay that back down. So that's step 15. Step 16. Oh, we actually get it standing up now. Fun. But we're going to put the short board of the two. So, I'm going to carefully tilt this, grab it by both ends, 2 points of contact, sit it straight up. And we're going to be sliding the middle shelf in at this point. So this is the middle board, but I find it odd in the instructions here, it'll show you 2 boards and one with the X-Boom, not to use that one because it's shorter. Both these boards are equally this height. They're not equally wide. So this one is actually not as wide. The other one's like this much wider. So it's very deceptive. But I get it saying, hey, there's something different about its size. So, take off the wood, and with any time you use wood, unless it specifies which way it goes, you know, check it out. See where the knots are, which way do you like better. Looks like, this looks like, this is laminate, so it doesn't matter. Because real wood, you just want to find a piece that you like the way it looks better. And even if it's laminate, it looks like it's almost, it's not identical, but I like that one. It's got more character on the side. And we slide it straight down in the middle. There we go. That was step 16. Step 17 says we're going to okay, those tabs are on those rails that we put on the single that good run lengthwise. We're going to actually, there's 8 screws, the pointy ones, the smaller ones, that's going to go straight up into those tabs that's going to drill self-drilling screws into the wood frame. So those are these screws. So we need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8. Definitely don't step on those. That would not be a good day. And I'm gonna use the chubby screwdriver or not. I'm gonna look down here. I see the tabs here. Double check check to make sure. Yeah. All right. So we'll go here. B number 1. I guess for this piece you could use a power drill. Just so I figure out what I did with the behind it. Will it fit? Make it fit. So, in the right direction. Right. This is a little awkward angle. And dropped it. These screws are definitely not magnetic. There's one. Two. Three. 4. So these screws are shorter with the thickness of the tab and the thickness of the wood is not the thickness of the wood. 5. Would help if they made these screws out of. See that or not? Magnetized. 6. It's definitely different. 7. And last screw magic. 8. So that was step 17. Step 18 is a completely separate step. All right, so I'm going to be bringing in the other plank of wood with, and then place the bracket on top. Okay. So I'm going to bring the other plank in and lay it face down. So what you're laying face down is going to be the top. So choose which top that you want. Honestly, looks more natural on that side, so I'm going to put that side down. And I want it to face this way. So you're supposed to lay that face down, and then bring the bracket, the large top bracket in. This is going to be with the nubs up, facing up, and the tabs here facing down against the wood. And I see where you got to be careful lining this up because it doesn't just lay. So you want to make sure that's where you want it to be. Okay. I'm going to screw one screw in, but then so that's 18 what we just did, and the screws are going to be 19. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 on that end, 1, 2, 3 on this end, and 1, 2 in the middle. So that should be 8. This middle isn't a tab, or the screw actually goes into the bar here. All right. Do that end. I'm going to do this other end, make sure it doesn't shift around so it all stays together. See, it already had shifted. And then I'm going to do the 2 middle ones next. And the final 2 on each side. One. Two. Three. 4. plus the other 4 we put in makes 8. So I think the natural next move would be to place it on top into the pegs, but I could be wrong. It is. And you push it down these 8 pegs into their corresponding peg. Up top, 2 people would be ideal. It's too good. Place. So it leaves these 2 end pieces that we just need to help it get in. Now it's just a matter of like positioning the pieces to fall, the pegs to fall into the slots. Without pulling the other pieces apart. Oh yeah, right there. That's step 20. And step 21 is to place 6 flat tip screws. One in front on each side. So we need 6, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, and there's one top of the bracket here. Oh, that's nice. So you don't have to go around the other side. That makes that nice. Oh, and you go, in back end pieces, you go lateral in. nice. Somebody thought that one through. So IKEA, whoever designed where these screw holes go in this one, I hope you gave them a raise. They deserve it. Because I noticed that. That was very customer friendly. So, this way, I guess I'll start angle to the back there. Which leaves 2. Another one on this end. Make sure it's down all the way. And that last one, oh, all the way down here in the back. Drop C's again. That was step 21 of 28. Step 22 is putting the, appears to be the door brackets in. 2 of them. Support like this, 1, 2, going 2 in the bag. Here are these silver pieces. And they go laterally with the hole that's recessed facing out, not in. So we'll need 2 of those flat screws. And those appear to go on the opposite side of the middle 2 bars. Chubby screwdriver for this one. Just the angle. Yeah. There you go. So this is what this either going to stop the doors when they close, or it's what the magnet, if it's got a magnet, is going to loosen that a little bit. And then tighten it because it pushed the head away from the top. So that adjusts it. The other side. But that's what this piece is to catch the door latch or the door magnet latch, if it's got one. So if anybody's just joining us or me, I'm working on the IKEA FJÄLLBO TV unit, and there's 2 shelves of different features that I'm going to end up putting together. Maybe not on this particular live, but on an additional one here in a little bit. But so I'm going to definitely need a break. I am definitely warm. So that was step 22. Going into step 23. And make sure if you're watching, you hit that like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Or send me a couple hearts. It's always helpful. All right, so this here shows a picture where you, if it's not level, you make the legs level, but that's pretty. That's pretty naturally level floor. I'm not complaining one bit. So now it needs this. Got 2 hinges, like door hinges. 1, 2, 3 door hinges. 4, 5, 6 kind of door hinges. And then some more screws. And oh, that's a level. That's what the picture was earlier. I feel silly now. It was a picture of a level. Wasn't quite sure what it was. Make sure everything's level. Level, excuse me. Whew. And now we're putting hinges in, so we're gonna, it says door hinges now. So I'm actually gonna bring in and lay a blanket down on top of this when I put the doors down to put the hinges on, because I don't want to bugger up the top of that. So I am going to grab, I guess you could use the cardboard, what? If you don't have a blanket and you're worried about buggering up this part, just bring the cardboard in and lay it down on the box. And then we're going to get the doors and lay the doors down for this next part. So there's 3 doors on this TV unit, and I'm going to just set them down here. I got the cardboard sitting on top of the unit that we already put together just to protect the wood surface. Bring you guys over a little bit closer just to get a better view of it, of the work here. And probably could have made the camera go a little bit better that way. So each door has their metal loop facing left. And now we're going to put hinges on. 2 hinges for each side. There's going to be, in the hinge part, the round part faces up. So that's going to, we're going to go on like that. So I'm going to lay those down there and there. So I'm going to lay that there. And this one's there and here. And some flat tension screws. So it's going to go on these. I'm going to need 12. Dropping it. Okay, there we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, 12. And then we're going to put screws in the hinges. Check, make sure. Double check. Faces in. This one faces the right way. That one's facing the correct way. Okay. So I'll start down on this end. Metal on metal in metal with metal. That's what's going on here. Metal door, metal bracket, metal screw with a metal screwdriver. Tighten that all the way up so we can set one in. Just in case I need to adjust the hinge, which looks like I need to. So the screws go in. So you don't want to bend anything and then the doors are all lopsided. And you want them snug, you don't want to over tighten them, you don't need to see metal completely bend. We do the middle, double check the hinge location. Okay. And when we were at IKEA yesterday, I mean, it's really nice going to IKEA. They got a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool things that gave me ideas of how once we get different parts of the house in an order that we'd like to maybe utilize a different form and function. just now joining us, we're working on the FJÄLLBO, I still can't pronounce it, TV entertainment center from IKEA. I wish I could pronounce that a little bit better. Hey Jenna. Jenna said hi. Thanks for coming and stopping by. Hit that like and subscribe button if you like. Help out the channel. Come back and watch some other videos. We usually do like, what you making? So Jenna, I'm making it's an IKEA, and it's pronounced, I'm gonna call it FJÄLLBO, but it's probably got a very Swedish, it's got sounding name to it, so I keep going FJÄLLBO. FJÄLLBO is what I'm gonna go with. And it's a really cool metal with dark laminated wood shelves that I'm putting together for my son because we're putting his room together. And normally we put together, oh, it's very cool. Normally we do like open up Pokemon cards or other kinds of reviews and stuff, but I was putting this together and I'm like, you know what? I should do a video while I'm doing it. I've never done one of those types of videos, and that's what I'm doing. And so far, it's not too bad. The base of the TV unit is under the cardboard here, so I'm using the cardboard to put the doors together to keep the surface of the wood safe. And then I'm going to move the doors off after I get these hinges. If you give me just a few moments to put these 4 screws in and move the doors, you kind of can see what the shelving unit looks like. So it's been fairly easy. It's fairly straightforward. I put some IKEA furniture together before, and you know, a lot of the photos, you kind of have to use your perception a little bit. Put your thinking hat on, but you can always give them IKEA a call. I've never had to do it. I'm gonna be honest, I've looked up YouTube videos and some of the stuff I've put together. Have you ever got anything from IKEA or put anything from IKEA together, Jenna? I know, it's very cool. It's going to look cool. I think it's going to look even better when, I think that the unit itself is going to look good. I think it's going to even look better when it's got the additional shelves on the side. And there's several different other shelving units you can get. They even have a box shelf unit that you can like mount on the wall. Kind of it all goes well together. So this could be in, you know, a living room. It could go into a family room. I mean, it could really go into any kind of room in the house that requires this, and it just looks pretty cool. And my son is the one who actually picked out the 6, and Kylian, he's the one who actually picked, this is the one he wanted. No, I want to know how. Well, now you learn to know how. I tell you, because it is everything virtually everything you buy at IKEA, just remember, you put it together yourself. So, and there's all types of videos you can utilize. So I'm going to move the shelves right now. Well, before I move the shelves, I'm going to look at the next step to make sure I don't have to, that was step 24. The next step is actually putting them on the unit. So you're going to actually get to see the unit now. I'm going to move the shelves off. And I'm removing the box that was keeping it nice and safe. And ta-da! There you go. And the metal is like this really cool graded, almost like it has this wrought iron look to it, but it's with that diamond plating grading. So, oh, you're 10? Well, you know what, Jenna, when if you have your adult, if they ever go to do that, they can watch a video, or being 10, you can learn that if you ever do end up getting something from IKEA, you can put something together. And I tell you what, if you have never asked, here's a cool Christmas gift you could ask for, is every person, whether it be a boy or girl, should have a basic tool set. You know, a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a basic wrench. And they don't have to be brand name and fancy, because, you know, you get some basic set. And as you get older, you appreciate them a little bit more. But when because you don't have to have the best brand name tools to start with, because you'll find out which ones you use more. And when that one goes broke or busted, you go out and buy the nice one of the tool that you really need, that you use the most of. So, but you know, whenever you're buying something that's going to count your safety on it, you know, you don't want to go cheap on anything that requires like safety, like, you know, a car jack or something like that when you're changing a tire. But my birthday's October 12th, so I can ask for it. Oh, you could? Yeah, happy early birthday, by the way. So does that mean you're going to be 10, or does that mean you're going to be 11? Either way, happy birthday. But I mean, that's a cool thing to do, is just have a tool set. And then whenever your adult in your life or family friend is putting something together, say, hey, do you mind if I help, or at least watch? Because everybody should have a basic idea how to assemble something and be independent. 11, going to be 11, oh wow. Gosh, 11 going on 30. I tell you what, well, happy early birthday, Jenna. And I hope it is a good one for you. So it looks here like the picture here shows the 2 doors already assembled on the third one. So let's see, that door is going to go left. Both these doors have hinges on the right, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put the middle one on first. And a lot of times you'll realize you may need an extra set of hands, so have an adult help you. Oh, you're welcome, Jenna. I have an adult help you maybe hold something you need. They actually have Lowe's, and if you get on the internet a lot, or YouTube, I see, if you can actually, they have classes for kids at Lowe's and Menards. And you get on their website, you go to I forget what section, but they actually have little things to kind of show people how to do things. So that's one way to do it. They always like have little workshops, because they want people to know how to do things so that they can buy their stuff to do it. All right, so this is going to be tricky here. So I'm going to have to hold this with one hand. This is where it'll be becoming helpful. And I'm going to start a screw here on the top. And I'm just going to, just a little bit, I'm not going to do it all the way, screw it all the way in. Just enough to hold it in place. Hold the switch hands, bring the other screw over, switch hands, take the screw, and do a screw on the bottom, so that it'll free up both my hands at that point. So I'm going to finger tighten it right now, and then make sure that the door's fairly level, and then I'm going to tighten the screws. And if you finish screwing the door in, and if it's not flat all the way across or straight, just loosen up the screws a little bit, adjust the door, and re-screw it in. And if you feel like you don't have the best judge of something being straight, get a second opinion come in. So that's just 2 screws. The door looks straight. Now it's popping open because it doesn't have, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a magnet or some kind of latching mechanism that goes here and here that will catch the door. But I'm going to put the other screw in the hinge here. And then the one in the bottom. And when in doubt, there's always a YouTube channel or something for it. Usually, that's what I do when I work on a car or something, and I don't understand something. I just do research on the product or the vehicle and try to be precise in the precise product or the precise vehicle, or what is it you're doing? Because like with vehicles, you can't like look at the two different year model vehicles of the same, like two Chevy Silverado trucks that's 2010 and 2011 on the same thing. It could be similar, but the tools and during those model years, the places are notorious for checking. So you always want to be as specific as you can when you're looking at research videos. But sometimes generality, at least you kind of have an idea what you're looking for, because even though that they may change positions of where things will be located between model years or items, but generally the process overall is usually similar. Now, if you go in between one brand to a different brand, that can be a whole different story in itself, because every brand, like a Ford and a Chevy truck, even though they both have a trunk or not a trunk, but even though they all have four wheels, they may have different lug nuts, and they may have the same year, they're just different process of how they hold things on. So also, when you get into high school, if you attend physical school, one of the things a person could do is take a trade, because everybody, boy or girl, doesn't matter, everybody should take some basic vocational classes, small engines, mechanical, just to know how things operate in general. You know, on top of doing something like that, I also took home economics when I was in high school, and I was the only male in my class. However, I learned a lot of valuable skills about cooking and everything, because everybody needs to know how to cook, and if you don't know, learn. Again, save you some money, because I can't imagine how much this thing would have cost if you had to pay for it to be assembled or pay for it. Do I have kids? I do. I have a 17-year-old and I have a 6-year-old who's in first grade. So he was up here helping. If you check out some of my other videos later, Kylian, you'll see him in the videos. See, now it's kind of standing there, it's like really popping out. But again, the thing that Hulk graphs them isn't there. Let's see here. Now we're going to put this last door on, and then we'll go on to see what the next step is. This door goes on that direction. And I'm going to hold that up. Kind of reminds me of like old farmhouse metal cabinet, like a tin. It just kind of like it gives that vibe of like that tin. If you've ever been in someone's home that had those metal cabinets, like an old farmhouse. Oh yeah, I would support my kids no matter what. And there's some. Yeah, absolutely. You have to support your support your kids, and I don't know if you mean support like giving them emotional support, financial support. You have kids, you should take care of your kids. Love them, support them, give them love and affection, teach them how to do things. Discipline, hold them accountable when they do something they shouldn't do. Even if they were a theory, I'm not sure what that last word is. I'd have to maybe look it up. But I will say, even if someone was just whatever was different with them personally, that's me personally. Did I run out of screws? Am I missing 2 screws? Did I use 2 screws for something else? 1. 1, 2. 2 screws. But yeah, I would say, I don't know where you're going with that, but I mean, anytime you gotta have a level of understanding with the children. I mean, in my regular job, I work with children and youth and families. You just have to have some patience and care and concern. Kids, you know, it can be frustrating. If you don't feel safe, I'm going to let you know, or something, you know, please tell a teacher, please tell an adult, if text or call the police if you're in danger. And Tyrion is a person who identifies an animal spirit mentally. Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, especially if they're Native American, because I believe most Native Americans and several other cultures have their animal spirits. So I mean, that's almost like religion in some people. But I mean, it's kind of like what you believe in, and if you got to kind of help your adults understand where you're coming from. But some people don't understand, so you got to give people some grace too, to understand too, and some time. So yeah, if that's what you are, you know, we love you as you are, as the world should love each other, which there's not a lot of love in the world. There's a lot of difficulty in the world. I gotta find this other screw that I used too, because I think I might have used the wrong screw in one of these. I don't think I used the wrong screw. I'm not pretty good. They came all from the same pack. I think I was short of this screw. All right, IKEA. I'm shorted. So it looks like that's going to be a call to customer service. Is this it? What is this? There's magnets. Is it in here? There's 3 magnets with 3 screws. No, it's not in there, IKEA. Make sure I didn't knock it over somewhere too. That's a possibility. But let's go back to making that. Yes, let's go back to make that. So, I don't have I mean, it's a wood floor. I mean, there's nothing missing here. So, yeah, which isn't a problem. If you're missing something like a screw like that, unless it's like I put stuff together that's, oh my gosh, you don't have that screw, you definitely can't go any further. So I am going to call, and that's why it's in front of most instruction manuals and everybody else who may be watching. If you go back to most things, almost everything you put together in an instruction manual has a part list, which this one does. Right here on this page, and it lists the pieces you should have and how many. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't count out them all, which I probably should have. Typically you want to count out all the parts, make sure all your parts are there, but I don't have that part, and I don't have an extra of the other one, I guess. Anything else? So I'll call them and say I need part 107616 and wait for that to come in the mail. And it's just a hinge here, so that's not, I mean, it's got 4 screws in it. So all right, take care, Jenna, be safe, enjoy your trip to Walmart. I love Walmart too. I think Walmart's got a lot of cool stuff. I love just getting out and looking at stuff. So be safe. Bye-bye. And then, and feel free to come back. Join us on something else. And then, let's see here. What's the next step? Just as and the whole looks good. So, okay, so next, step 26 is putting the magnets in their proper locations. ×3. So I figured that was a magnetic catch. So, that's what these magnets are for. 3 magnets and 3 screws per magnet. Alright, so should be the shiny way out. And then come here. See, it's got a magnet on it, so it's there you go. Oh, look at that. It works. The magnet works. Imagine that. So that this week gets one on the door as well. And step 26. We got 2 more steps left. That door is done. And then we'll test this door over here. Hey, look. It's magnetic, it works. So, that's good. All right, so let's see. IKEA, what do you got for us next? So, it says X, don't do something. Don't. Sure it's level 90 degrees. Oh, make sure it's not crooked. No, it's definitely not crooked. And no, now tighten those 4 screws at the bottom. I'm gonna double check these screws, maybe one last time, because maybe I used the wrong screw. Like this. This one's loose. tighten that. Brace. 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 Tight, 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 tight. Double check this one. I be dang. Look at that. There's my hinge screw. There's the top hat screw. It's my fault. I don't need to call IKEA. That's on me. So it doesn't hurt to go back and reassess what you did. Everybody makes mistakes, happy little mistakes like I've once heard. Bob Ross, painter. I used to watch him when I was a little kid. I always liked to look at his head. He said, "Oh, that's just a happy little mistake." So therefore, screw goes down here. Completed. And then those are tightened. So I guess the next thing is to mount. I guess these screws. Oh, okay. So it comes with these little clippy things. Several of them. I think there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. 10. Excuse me. I'm gonna put those right inside here. Those are to. It's got a piece of 3M tape on the back, and you peel it off and you stick it, and it's for cable management, so you can run the cables and kind of run them along there. But I tell you what I'm gonna do is I got some. His mother and I got some, and she actually had this great idea to get some LED lights, and we can like put it up in there, and we can change lights in there. I bet that would look really cool where it shines through too. So I won't do step 28. In step 29, there's these 4 screws here. Did I miss? Did I miss something? Oh. No. See, there's 2 holes in the back there. That's what you would mount it to the wall with. Screw there. I don't see why we would have these extra ones. No, I didn't miss any. Here. Top that would be missing. I'm just double checking. I could be, I don't like having extra parts, and sometimes you get extra parts and stuff. Yeah. I just want to make sure there's no need. Stuff falling apart. Put it there. Put it there. Like that. I'm gonna go back and look at the manual real quick. Just in that specific area. And look at the legs. And because I could have made another happy little mistake. So that's 2. Did that. One, 2, so that would have been this one and this one. No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it goes in the bottom. Yeah, I think that's what. Pretty sure that's my little boo, my boo-boo right there. There you are. Well, what I'm going to do, if I can see that a little bit better, I know exactly what I did. It's these 2 bottom shelf. Bring that up. Put my foot back there. Forward a little bit. Just lean it there. Yeah. back a little bit. Just be careful. And take your time when you're putting things together. That's it. All right, slowly bring this back up. And it's and then there's the power cord clips, but since we don't know what electronic devices we're going to put in here yet, I don't want to put those on. Level. I don't need to level that stuff. I'm not double check. Level. So. All right, everybody. Get you down here. So, oh my gosh, my hair's all kinds of mess. So that was the get to the front page. FJÄLLBO TV unit that we just put together. Pretty cool looking. So, IKEA. And there's 2 shelf units. It's going to go one on each side, and I'll do another video when I do that one. So, hit that like and subscribe button. Come back. I might do it later tonight. We'll see. Kylian might come and join. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this video. Come back, watch others, especially if you like Pokemon. And have a good day. Bye, everybody.